What is JavaScript? What is JavaScript? Who will answer that question? Because I know for you to apply for JavaScript, you must be what? You must have an idea of what JavaScript is, even though you cannot use it. You should have an idea of what JavaScript is. So, what is JavaScript?
JavaScript is like a object programming language
Okay, I'm with you. Go ahead.
that is used like a uh, I don't
Like
know how
what?
to put it.
You don't know how to
Let's
put
say
it.
like a support for HTML and CSS.
Like a support for HTML and CSS.
Yes.
Okay, like a support for HTML and CSS. Okay. Um, I like that. Abdullah, this is your. I believe you are not new to programming, right? Because I've asked other people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you can work
Sir?
with. You are not new to programming. You can work with HTML,
Yes,
CSS.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, good to hear that. Joseph, what can you say about JavaScript?
JavaScript, from the little I know,
Okay,
is a program that helps a website to be responsive, as in to for the user to be able to freely interact with the website, as in the responsiveness of the website is basically the handwork of JavaScript. That's the little I can say about JavaScript for now.
Hmm. The responsiveness of the website. That is the what you responsiveness and the interactivity of the website. I think I grab that. That is what you said. Okay. We shall know. Shall let's still continue. Um, Frank, what is JavaScript?
JavaScript is a high-level programming language and it's used for web programming or web development. And it starts as the responsiveness of the website. It is the interface that the public, like this experience to the public or the user, the kind of user interface.
Okay.
It gives the responsiveness of the website and the interactivity of the website.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Let me just. I don't want to speak too much grammar here because we are here for work business. So I'm just going to break it down. Now, JavaScript is a programming language. When I say programming language, we're talking about the language that the machine understands. Now, JavaScript is a programming language that makes your website to be interactive. What am I trying to say? HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now, HTML is just like the structural view of the website, the structural view of every website. CSS is the beautification of the website. Why JavaScript is the interactivity of that website. What am I trying to say? Now, I will use this definition, this explanation now. I will now relate it to a layman way. A layman way. Now, I used to use this particular example in my class, which is this. You want to have a building, you want a building to be constructed. The first thing you need to do is you invite the bricklayers. Then they come to lay bricks. They put the blocks. The blocks, when they mount the block, they do the roofing and everything. That is the structural view of that building. The structural. So they will do what? They give you the structure of that building, the structural view. That is the first one. Now, after the structure of the building has been erected, the plastering and everything, they are done with their work. I'm talking about the bricklayers now. They are done with their own job. Then you now say, okay, the bricklayers are done, but I need to I need to paint the house. I need to put POP. I need to do interior and exterior decoration. You now invite the the painters. You invite the people that are into interior and exterior, the POP, to come and do the beautification of the building that has been constructed by the bricklayers. Now that one, the interior, the exterior beautification of the website of the building, that is the CSS. The first one which I made mention is the HTML, the one the bricklayer did. That is the HTML, the structural view. Then the interior, the exterior decoration, that is the CSS. Now the JavaScript comes in this direction now. After the building has been beautified, that's okay. I want a situation whereby if I want to go out of this compound, I don't want to come down from my vehicle or from my car, anyone. I want something that I can actually press, that the gate will just open. Then, after driving out, I press that same button, the gates of the building close. That is the JavaScript aspect of it. Interactivity. You are interacting with that gate of that building without leaving a spot. Now, you now making what? Making reference by using a remote control to open the gate while you are inside your own car. The gate opens, you drive out, use remote again to lock the gate. Or, let's look at it in this direction. Someone wants to come and pay you a visit. The person is at the gate. You are inside. And the person rings the bell. From inside, you can do what? You can press a button and the gate opens without you leaving your comfort zone. That is the JavaScript aspect of it. Now, the first one which I made example is what? The structural view. That is the HTML. The second one is the beautification of that building. That is the CSS. And the third one is the interactivity. And that is the JavaScript. So JavaScript is a program that makes your website to be interactive. Now let's now direct it to programming now. Let's say you have a website. On the website now, a user wants to fill a form. You don't want the user to do what? To fill the form without completing the information therein. This is what JavaScript does. A lot of things like that. Mouse events, keyboard events, a lot of things like that. A lot. So that is just the simple explanation or simple definition of JavaScript. I don't teach students to memorize. I don't teach you to cram. I teach you to understand. If you understand something and you're on your bed sleeping, if they should wake you up, you will say it. But if you memorize it, if you go and you cram it, like the way we used to say here in Nigeria, by the time you are sleeping, they wake you up, you will not even remember to say anything again. So I myself, I don't train students to cram. I train you to understand. So from my This should not be new to you. Let me just make it. Let me increase the size a bit for you guys to see. Okay. I believe you guys can see. Hope it's visible enough.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So from here I will give it the title of JCC JavaScript Crash Course lesson 1, lesson 01. That is the name I'm going to give it. Then here I will open a script tag. Now I'm going to explain this, but I just want you to see what JavaScript does. How you make use of JavaScript. Now here I'm going to create a button tag. A button tag. Now inside this button tag, I will put click me. That is the name. Then inside here, I will put an event titled on click. Then inside here, I will give it a function that has been called, that has not been defined. I'm calling the function that is yet to be defined. That is declared. Now, click me. Then here, now I want to define the function. Then the name of the function is click me, just like this. Then inside this place, I will put a function called built-in function called alert. Say you. Okay, welcome to Femtech. Welcome to Femtech. Then I will end it with a semicolon. Then I will go live. I will open with a live server. Then on the front end, which is about to open now, can you see my front end?
Yeah.
Okay. Joseph, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you. It's just I muted myself because where I am is noisy.
Okay. Now let's continue. Now here, if I should click on this button, what it's going to do is to alert a box. Welcome to Femtech. I click OK. Welcome to Femtech. I click OK. That is one of the things JavaScript does. This is just an introduction. Now, what am I trying to say here? I created a tag called button. I assign events to it. I want a situation whereby when the user clicks on this button, which is at the front end display, click me, that it should alert this thing called welcome to Femtech. Now, I invoke a function here. Don't worry, these times I'm going to break them down at the long run. I just want you to see one of the samples or one of the things that JavaScript does, how amazing JavaScript is, how sweet is JavaScript. That's what I'm trying to do here. I call a function here, then the function is now being declared here. And the major function of that function, can you hear that? The purpose of that function is to alert this message when a user clicks on this button. Simple. Now, let me still show you something else again before I now begin to go deep. Here, let's assume I don't want this. I don't want it to be alerted. I want something like this. Maybe a p tag. Let's say inside the p tag there is, okay, let's say click the button below like this. Then I give this attributes of an ID called let's say p tag. Then I come here, I say documents. Don't worry, I'm still going to break all these things down. Get element. Hope we are not timed out. Let me check. Are we still there? Okay. So back to VS Code. Document.getElements by ID. That is the method. Get element by ID. Then here I put the p tag. Why is it not showing me? Okay, sorry. P tag dot inner text equals to you just clicked me, or you just clicked. You just clicked. Something like this. Now, what am I trying to do here? If a user should click on this button, it's going to overwrite this and it's going to show this in place of click the button below. Now, let's take a look at this. Here, click the button below. I click. You just clicked JavaScript. Frank,
Yes,
hope you are following.
I'm following, but may have to come back again.
I have to come back again.
Yeah,
Yeah, Frank.
yeah.
Okay, I have to come back. Actually, all these ones I'm still going to break down is part of what you're going to learn in these 2 weeks. I'm just trying to show you some of the things that JavaScript does. Some of the things that JavaScript does. Okay, let's look at another example again. Another example again. Let's say,
Sorry.
yes, please.
Can I have something?
Go ahead and answer the
When you
question.
use when you use the button tag, you did not use document.get element ID.
Don't worry, I will explain. I will explain. I will
The
explain.
tag you use.
I understand the question. When I use the button tag for the alerts, right?
Yes.
I did not use document. Yes, you are right. I will explain. Huh? I will explain. Just pay attention to what we are doing. I'm still going to break everything down. I'm just trying to show you what you guys will learn and what you'll be able to do a lot of things after this course. So just pay attention to it. Let's look at something else again. Let's say I want a situation whereby, let me comment this. I want a situation whereby I want the I click, let me click a button. Now this button now change background color. Let's use this. Change background color. I let me put on click. Let's say change color like this. Change color like this. Now I'm going to comment this. I'm going to just push this one down. A situation whereby the user clicked on the button and it changed the color of the page. You've seen that a lot. JavaScript can do that for you. Function, then change this like this. Then I will say document dot body dot style dot background color equals to yellow. Let me just use this. Yellow like this. Now, if you go to the front end, like this, it changes the background color of the website. Simple things. Okay, let's assume I want it to change to different colors and so on. Still the same JavaScript. You just come around and say, okay, let me just define the color. Different methods of achieving this. I can decide to put, let me use this method. Let's say const, let's say colors, like this. And put it inside the array. Then inside here we say maybe blue. Then here we say maybe brown. Then here we say maybe black. Then another one we say maybe red. Let me just stop there to save time. Then afterwards, I will just come here and I can say let user color equals to dot random like this, mat dot random, which is this. Then I can multiply it with the colors length dot length like this. Then from here I can do what? I can do maths dot floor. Don't mind me, I just like playing with codes. Maths dot floor. Then this is okay, has to be together like this. Then user color. Then I come here, I use this because it's an array. is an array, and we say colors, something like this array, then I will use this to generate my index, something like this. Let me see my code. Math.floor, math.random times color length 0, 1, 2, 3. Then this, then that should work. Let's take it out. You come here, it changes, it changes, it changes, it changes. It changes. Don't worry, all these things I will show you. I just want you to see what JavaScript does. JavaScript does. Any question before we proceed? I'm performing magic, right?
Yes, you are doing magic, sir.
Frank, is that true?
Yeah, I'm saying it. Yeah, it's kind of fast. So maybe
Is that
you
performing
have to
magic?
take it.
Don't mind me. That's why I said the more you code every day, the more that same thing that we just did now, I can do it in like 3 different ways, for even 5 different methods. Only if you understand the use of what? The use of the properties, you will know. Yes. So you will learn all these things. I will teach you. I will show you. Now let's now dive in and let's go more from the beginning now. Now I'm just trying to show you that you have a lot to learn. So make sure you don't miss any of this class. Don't miss any of this class. If you miss one day, you may not be able to meet up. Yes, because it's going to be step by step. All these ones that I've showed you at the beginning here now, we're still going to do them. You will do them yourself and you will see. Pay attention to this, please. If you're working with JavaScript, I've explained what JavaScript is. You can write your script in 2 different ways. You can do your scripting in 2 different ways. The first method is the document-wide scripting. Document-wide scripting. Now, which one is the document-wide scripting? I will explain. The second method is the external scripting method. External scripting. Document-wide, external scripting. The one we have used so far, the one I have been working with so far, is called the document-wide scripting. Document-wide scripting. The external scripting method is this one. All I need to do, I will come here, then I will come to this place. I will create a file. I will say, let's say, I will name it index.js, not .html, .js. JS is an abbreviation for JavaScript. So index.js, mind you, I'm not saying you must use index. Any name can come before the .js, but it must always end with .js. But any name can come before it. Any name can come before it. It can be script.js. Some people use script. Script.js. Any name can be there. Please take note of that. So I will use I will give my index.js. Then I will strike my enter key here. Then I will go back to my HTML. Inside this opening tag for the script, not inside the closing tag. Don't forget that. Inside the opening tag for the script, you come here, you press your space bar, then SRC, which is an abbreviation for source. Then you put inside the code index.js. That is the name of the file you create. Take note of that. SRC source. So the source file is what? Is this. Now this is called external scripting. This is external scripting method. Which one is the document-wide scripting method? The document-wide scripting method is without this file here, without the source. Something like this. Then you come here, you begin to write your code. This is called document-wide scripting. Take note of that. So the one I've been using so far, the one I started with in this class, is the document-wide scripting method. While the new one, which I just showed you now, which is this one, is the external scripting method. This is commonly used by professionals. So after you've done that, you have the file here. So far it has been connected. So far it has been linked together. You can come here and begin to do what? Begin to write your JavaScript. Let's do something. Console.log. My name is Johnson. Like this. Now, if I want to check this now, I can go to the dev tool, that is developers tool, which is the browser console, to check for this. But don't let me take you too far. Let's just use the word alert. I'm still going to show you that. Alert, like this. So here now, if I want to preview this page, I have to go to my HTML. Then, if you have not previewed before, you right click and you go to, if you have your live server installed, open with live server. If it is not installed, all you need to do is what? Go to your extension panel here. Click on the extension. Then you come here, make sure your system is connected to internet. Type live server. Then you will see the live server will come out. Then you can install the live server to use if you don't have it. Take note of that. So already I've clicked on go live. So something should be at the front now. Let's see. Front here. Now this is it. My name is Johnson. You can see that. So that is how you can connect your JavaScript to your HTML. How you can link your JavaScript file to your HTML. That is how to link it. And the same thing you will get in return. Even though you don't link it, if you use the document-wide styling method, you will still get the same thing in return. Take note of that. Any question to that?
The other method, sir.
Go ahead. The other method. I'm listening.
You said we have two methods.
Yes.
The internal method and the other method. But you showed us only the internal method, sir.
I didn't mention internal. I said external scripting method.
Yeah.
Document-wide scripting method. That's what I said. External scripting method is the one we just did now. Where is my VS Code? External scripting method is this one. Document-wide scripting method is this one without this. Something like this. Let's see. Alert. WhatsApp. Don't mind me, I'm still going to explain this. WhatsApp. Like this. Now, like this one here, this is called the document-wide scripting method. You are putting it together with your HTML on one page. That is document. This method is called the document-wide scripting method. Document-wide scripting method. Now, what am I trying to say here? Let me break it down. As I said at the beginning of the class, I don't expect you guys to memorize anything. What you need to do here is understand. Now, document-wide scripting method is a process whereby you combine your JavaScript file, that is the tags, together with your HTML tags. That is document-wide. But by the time you are taking your JavaScript file, I mean the tags, the scripting tags, if you are taking it to a different page entirely, that is external scripting method, like this one, creating a new file titled .js. I said any name can be here. It's not a must that it should be index. It can be script.js. It can be Abdullah.js. It can be joseph.js. Any name can be here. Take note of that. But professionally, programmers will write script.js. So whenever you even see the word script, you will know it's talking about JavaScript. And sometimes you can put index. Sometimes you can even use the name of the file that you are writing script for. That means that you are writing script, yes, for. Like this now, index.html. Then we are trying to create a script for index. That is why I decided to use index.js. That is for uniformity, so that it will be uniform. Anybody that is reading my code will know that, okay, this JavaScript file is for this index.html. That is how we do it. So it's a matter of preference. It depends on you, it depends on choices. I'm only telling you my own way of doing things. So any name can be there, and if you do it in this method whereby you have index or any name.js, and you now come here, you will not put it in this direction, you will not put it in this way again. If you have a file that you want to connect to your HTML, all you need to do is, you don't do it this way. Let me comment this. Then you come down before the closing body tag. Don't forget what I said now. Before the closing body tag, you put script like this. Inside your open tag, you put src, which is an abbreviation for source. Then inside the source, you put the name of the JavaScript file that you created, index.js. Simple as this. So this is called external scripting method. This is called internal document-wide scripting method. Document-wide scripting method. Any question to that?
No.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is how you can connect your JavaScript file to your HTML file. So take note of that. Take note of that. And let's do one or two things more. Where's my VS Code? Okay. So now I will not be writing inside my HTML again. I'm going to take this off. Yes. Then I'll go straight to my JavaScript here. Here, I'm going to remove this. Now, inside here now, there's something which you need to understand, which is called a variable. But before we go there, let me quickly talk about something called a data type, because I know in defining a variable, you may be asking that question. Frank, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Okay. Now, when we talk about data types in JavaScript, we have different data types. Israel, we have different data types like this. Data types in JavaScript. Data types in JavaScript. Now we're going to be looking at few of the data types. I'm going to apply something called a comment to this. Now, what is a comment? A comment is something like what? A note. It's just like a note that describes what that code does. And it's always ignored by the browser. It describes what the code does, or it enables you to comment or to make a code to be inactive. That means if you don't want to use the code, you want to come back to it later, or you want to drop a note on your code, what the code does, the function of the code. And that is what we use comment for. Comment is something that it will describe the function of that code, or it will leave a note for other programmers to know what to do with that code, or it will make a particular code to be inactive. And when it comes to comment, anything you apply comment to will be ignored by the browser. Take note of that. So I'm going to apply a comment to this now. I'm going to use this. Then I'm going to come down and close my comments. Sorry, like this. So I'm going to come here. Israel. Now data types in JavaScript. Now we're looking at the first one, which is the string. Sorry, string. Then another one again. We'll be talking about the numbers, a number, or you call it numeric. Some textbook will tell you numeric, some will tell you number. Then another one again, we have the float. Then we have another one again, the number, the float. Then we have array. We have what again? We have array. Then we have boolean. We have what again? We have objects. Now let me just stop here for now. Later maybe I will add more. Now the first one, the string. The string. Now the string is, another word for that string is a text. A layman call it text. T-E-X-T. But in programming, we call it, yes please. Who is there? Abdullah. Okay, let's continue. Now, a text, a normal text like this. Let me put e.g. something like this. Johnson, like this. Now, there's something about this. Oh, sorry, I thought I'm writing a program. Now, there's something about string. Let me come here to explain better. Pay attention to this place. Now, when you are talking about string, you are talking about text. When I mention the word string, always have it in your mind that this man is talking about text. Or whenever you hear the word string in programming, you should know that they are talking about text. They are referring to text. Now, this word string, any word that is a string or anything that turns to be a string must be inside a quote. What is that? Must be inside a quote. Inside a quote, like the Johnson which I cited, like this. Johnson, you have to put a quote like this, or you put double quotes like this, or you make use of backtick. Johnson, like this. Now, there is nothing like which one is the best, because students used to ask me this question. Sir, which one should I be using? Is that the first one, or the second method, or the third method? No. Just whatsoever you start with. If you are starting with a single quote, make sure it tallies with the ending quote. If you put a single quote here, make sure you put a single quote at the end of that text. If you put a double quote here, make sure it ends with a double quote here. If you put a back tick here, make sure it ends with a back tick. Simple as that. In my program, you can see, maybe by the time we start working, you will see I can even use them. I use them, interchangeably. I mix them together sometimes. But what you should be mindful of here is that every quote you are starting with, you must end with that same quote. If you start with a single quote, make sure you end with a single quote. If you start with a double quote, make sure it ends with a double quote. If you start with a back tick, this is called a back tick. How do you get your back tick? Your shift key, Who is that? Which one is your backtick? How do you get your backtick? Your backtick is your shift key and a key before the number 1. There is a key before number 1. So press your shift key down and press. Hey, sorry. Without your shift key, sorry. Press that key before number 1. Don't press your shift key. My bad. Press that key before number 1. Before number 1. That is your backtick. So if you are starting with a backtick, make sure you end with a backtick. Take note of that. And the backtick has a lot of advantages, which I'm going to be showing you or sharing with you in this course. So these are called string. Now, if you go ahead to create, let's say I put 50 like this, and I now put a quote in front and after it. Now, this is no longer a number. This is now a text. Reason why is because it is inside a quote. Anything that falls between a quote is a string, irrespective of either it is a number or it is a boolean or anything. So far there is a quote before and after it, it turns to be a string. JavaScript, we see it as what? A text. Now, which one is a number or numeric? A number is a whole number like this, without a quote. A number is a whole number without a quote. You don't put a quote at the beginning, you don't put a quote at the end. That is a number. Which one is a float? A float is a decimal number. Maybe 0.5 or 2.6. That is a float, decimal number. Which one is array? Array is a square bracket whereby it entails it have more than one value, like Johnson, like Akins, that's my name. Then I can decide to put number. So it comprises of string, numbers, even boolean, and so on. You can put everything inside. That is an array. Don't worry, I'm just trying to show you something. We are still going to do more. Now let's look at boolean. Boolean is either true or false, yes or no. That's the way we say true / false. False. That is boolean. Then which one is object? Object is this. Something like, let's say cost, let's say food, then equal to this. Now this is object. Don't worry, these are the things we are going to look at in this class. I'm going to stop here for today, but I want you to understand that when you are talking about data types in JavaScript, string refers to what? A text. Number, as the name implies, number. But the difference between a string and a number is that a string must have a quote. Number does not have a quote. And when it comes to float, sometimes we call it floating point. We call it floating point like this. Depends on different people. I just want you to understand there's no need for big grammar here. But just understand. When you're talking about float or floating point, we're talking about decimal numbers. No quote. Don't forget, no quote. When you're talking about array, you're talking about more than one value. Array can comprise of a text, which is string. It can comprise of a number together. It can also have a boolean, and so on and so forth. Then when we're talking about boolean, we're talking about true or false. If the user click on submit button, allow the user to do this. Otherwise, log the user or tell the user you don't have your username does not exist, or you don't have permission to do this. That is what we use boolean for. We're going to be looking at that in this course. Then object, this is object, where you get your methods and so on. Don't worry, you will understand everything. But please make sure you go through this after the class. I'm going to stop here today. I will continue from here tomorrow.